Good morning everyone. The next topic is regulation of respiration. Mainly the entire respiration is due to is by neural mechanism. Okay, so it is nerve will control our respiration, but both the chemical and non-chemical also influence the neural mechanism. It control the breathing. Okay, there should be a constant monitoring of respiration is required to maintain the respiration. Okay, so in order to maintain the partial pressure of the gases and content of various gases in our body. Okay, to meet the demand for oxygen and carbon dioxide, to remove the carbon dioxide as a waste product and to meet the oxygen demand to the tissues. The neural mechanism mainly which is present in the brain stem. Okay, so very important, the center is a brain stem, so it will maintain the rhythmic respiration. So first inspiration, then expiration. Okay, inspiration, expiration, like that. So rhythmic respiration is mainly maintained by brain stem. So in the brain stem mainly there are centers are located in pons and medulla. So the neural control of respiration main it is present in the brain stem. In the brain stem there is a pons and medulla. Okay, so in pons and medulla respiratory centers are present. Okay, so they will ask the question where the respiratory centers are present in pons and medulla. Okay, pons and medulla. So how these neurons will control the respiration? So whenever the motor supplying to inspiratory muscle are active, so that time the motor neuron that is supplying to the expiratory muscles are inhibited. Okay, and vice versa. That means, so whenever the motor neuron supplying to the expiratory muscles is active, so that time the inspiratory muscles motor neurons get inhibited. So coming to respiratory centers, so these respiratory centers are a group of neurons which control the rhythm and force of respiration. Okay, so depending upon the location, there is a medullary centers that is present in the medulla and pontine centers. Okay, medullary centers and pontine centers, medulla and pons. In the medullary centers mainly there are two group of neuron. One is dorsal respiratory group of neuron and ventral respiratory group. Okay, dorsal respiratory group of neurons also called inspiratory neurons. Okay, also called inspiratory neuron. Inspiration mainly for inspiration. When this group of neurons are stimulated, so inspiration is taking place. Okay, next is the ventral respiratory group of neuron, also call it as expiratory group of neurons. So this expiratory group of neurons, whenever this neuron get activated, so expiration is taking place. Next, coming to the pontine centers. Pontine centers are pneumotaxic center and apneustic center. Okay, pneumotaxic center and apneustic center. So these two centers are present in the pontine. So this is very important. So name the respiratory centers. Okay, so this is the respiratory centers, medullary centers and pontine centers. So same thing, dorsal respiratory group of neurons are inspiratory neuron, ventral respiratory group of neurons also called expiratory neurons. So this is the brain stem. Okay, this is the brain stem. So first, this is the pons. Okay, this is the pons. So in the pons, the pneumotaxic center, below that the apneustic center is present. Okay, this is pneumotaxic center and apneustic center. So this is the dorsal group of neuron that is present in the medulla, and this is ventral group, and this is dorsal group of neuron. Okay, so mainly, so this neuron influence through the spinal cord, it supplying to the muscles of respiration. Okay, by through these neurons through spinal cord, it causes the contraction and relaxation of respiratory muscles. So the inspiration, the mechanism I already told. So contraction and relaxation of these respiratory muscles are taking place and respiration is occur. So this is how the organization of respiratory center. This is no need of to study. So just you remember the respiratory centers name. Okay, so I will tell. So this is a pneumotaxic center. This is the mechanism or organization of respiratory centers. So how it is interconnected. So pneumotaxic center below this pneumotaxic center and apneustic center. Pneumotaxic center inhibit the apneustic center. Whenever the apneustic center inhibited, the inspiratory muscles or inspiratory neurons get stimulated. Plus means stimulation. So inspiratory neurons through the spinal cord, it stimulate the intercostal nerve and phrenic nerve, which is supplemental diaphragm and intercostal muscles. So that time inspiration is taking place. So after inspiration, this inspiratory neuron by reciprocal innervation, or it will stimulate the expiratory neuron. So expiration is taking place, or the pulmonary. So during inspiration, the stress receptors are present in the lungs. So these receptors will inhibit the apneustic center and also stimulate the so that time pneumotaxic center stimulate the expiratory neuron. So expiration is taking place. So this is the mechanism. So mechanism is explanation is given in the textbook. Okay. So I will explain again. So that is sequence of respiration. So whenever the impulses from the apneustic center that will stimulate the respiratory center. Okay, apneustic center stimulate the inspiratory center neurons. So inspiratory neurons stimulate the inspiratory or respiratory phrenic and intercostal nerve. So same time it will inhibit the reciprocal inhibition of expiratory neurons. So expiration is not taking place. So then when the inspiration is going on, so there will be inhibition of apneustic center and stimulation of pneumotaxic center is taking place. So whenever the pneumotaxic center are stimulated, that stimulate the expiratory neurons. Okay, so expiration is taking place. So that is about the neural regulation. Next come to chemical regulation of respiration. So this is mainly brought about. So this is mainly achieved by chemoreceptors. Very important. So chemical regulation of respiration is very important. Okay. So in that chemoreceptors, these chemoreceptors are activated whenever the changes in blood chemical composition, like decrease in oxygen content or increase in carbon dioxide content or H+ ion content. So next we will see which are the chemoreceptors. So we can see there are two types of chemoreceptors. One is a peripheral chemoreceptors. Okay, another one the central chemoreceptors. Central means which is present in the brain, and peripheral means other than the central, means aortic body and carotid body. So that is regulating the BP. There are two chemoreceptors, central and peripheral chemoreceptors. Peripheral chemoreceptors are receptors present in aortic and carotid body, which is sensitive to hypoxia, that is decrease in oxygen content. Hypercapnia means increase in carbon dioxide or increase in H plus ion concentration. The central chemoreceptors, so these receptors are located near the respiratory centers, that is in the medulla, okay, on the ventral surface of the medulla, the central chemoreceptors are present. So that is whenever increase in H plus ion concentration or increase in decrease in CSF through increase in carbon dioxide level. So these are more sensitive to H plus ion concentration, okay. This is the location. First we will see the peripheral chemoreceptors. So peripheral chemoreceptors are carotid body and aortic body. Here these nerves are called buffer. So these buffer nerves are carotid body and sinus, that is a glossopharyngeal nerve, and aortic body is carried by vagal nerve or vagus nerve, 9th and 10th cranial nerve. So next we will see the sequence of events during the regulation of respiration. So these peripheral chemoreceptors are mainly whenever decrease in partial pressure of oxygen content, okay. The tissue will suffer hypoxia. Hypoxia means decrease in oxygen content in the tissue. Tissue will not getting enough oxygen. So that time these peripheral chemoreceptors are stimulated through their cyano-aortic nerve or a buffer nerve that will carry the impulses to brainstem. So means the center which is the impulses is going to the brainstem. So in the brainstem, the pontine and medullary centers are there. So these respiratory centers are get stimulated. So efferent impulses from phrenic and intercostal nerve, that is supplying to the diaphragm and intercostal muscles. So that gets stimulated. The increase the activity of the respiratory muscles. Rate and depth of the respiration increases. More and more rate of respiration increases, and oxygen content will also increases. So more gases will diffuses across the respiratory membrane. So that time there is increase in partial pressure of oxygen in the blood and more oxygen get delivered to the tissues, okay. So very easy, whenever the partial pressure of oxygen in the blood decreases, the tissue will suffer hypoxia. So that time these peripheral chemoreceptors get stimulated and send the impulses to the through their cyano-aortic nerve, okay, through their buffer through their glossopharyngeal and 10th cranial nerve carried to the brainstem. So in the brainstem respiratory centers are present, they get activated, stimulate the phrenic and intercostal nerves, so which is supplying to the diaphragm and intercostal muscles. So increase the respiratory activity of the respiratory muscles. So rate and depth of respiration increases and more amount of gases get diffuses through the respiratory membrane, okay, and more oxygen get delivered to the tissue. So next is the central chemoreceptors. The central chemoreceptors are mainly present in the brainstem near the respiratory muscles. So that is mainly the inspiratory center, okay. So these receptors mainly contain carbonic anhydrase, very important, okay, carbonic anhydrase enzyme and H plus ion sensitive receptors. So here the stimulation is hydrogen ion, okay. So these central chemoreceptors are active whenever increase in H plus ion concentration, but the H plus ion will not in the blood cannot be it will not cross the blood brain barrier. So in the brain there is a barrier is present, that means not all the ions will move freely into the brain cells, okay. So there is a barrier is there, that is called blood brain. So this blood brain barrier is impermeable for the hydrogen ion to diffuse through. That means in the blood H plus ion concentration increases, it will directly go to the brain and it will stimulating the central chemoreceptors. That will not happen, okay. So because the H plus ion will not cross that barrier, Okay, it is impermeable for the hydrogen ion to diffuse. So there is another route is there. So by through increasing the partial pressure of carbon dioxide, so carbon dioxide concentration whenever it increases in the blood, the carbon dioxide can easily diffuses through this barrier and enter the blood cell. This is the blood cell, brain cell. So carbon dioxide enter. Here water is present. So to this carbon dioxide react with the water and form carbonic acid. So carbonic acid will dissociate immediately and give release hydrogen and bicarbonate ion. So this hydrogen in the brain cell, the hydrogen ion is present. So this hydrogen will stimulate the central chemoreceptors and stimulate the respiratory system. Now same thing, increase the activity of the respiratory muscles. So increase the through motor nerve, the rate and depth of respiration increases, so that increase the diffusion of gases across the respiratory membrane and eliminate the more carbon dioxide from the body. So more and more carbon dioxide get eliminated. So there is a decrease in partial pressure of carbon dioxide will happens. So that will, so whenever the decrease in partial pressure of carbon dioxide, that will decrease, that will stop this process. Okay, that will inhibit the stimulation of central chemoreceptors. So okay, that's complete the regulation of respiration. So in the regulation of respiration, what and all you have to study is first there are two mechanism, neural mechanism and chemical mechanism. So in the neural regulation of respiration, so for both neural and chemical, there is a respiratory centers are present in the brainstem. So these respiratory centers, which based on the location, one is a pontine and another one is a medullary respiratory centers. Okay, so in the pontine respiratory center, apneustic center and pneumotaxic center. That below there is a dorsal group of neuron and ventral group of neurons. Okay, that location is enough. So next, the chemical regulation of respiration. So in the chemical regulation, there are two, peripheral and central chemoreceptor, mainly through chemoreceptors. These chemoreceptors are central chemoreceptors and peripheral chemoreceptors. Peripheral are aortic body and carotid body. So that is sensitive to hypoxia. So decrease in oxygen content. Central chemoreceptors, that is increase in H plus ion concentration. Okay, that is enough. No need of writing all these things. Okay, increase in H plus ion concentration. As so H plus ion directly it can't stimulate the central chemoreceptors. Okay, so because there is a barrier is there, blood brain barrier between the blood vessels and the brain cell, there is a barrier. So this barrier is very important because so through this barrier not all the ions are will cross through this through this barrier. So carbon dioxide will cross. So carbon dioxide will cross this barrier, so that enter the brain cell. So within the brain cell, it combined with water and form a carbonic acid. So carbonic acid is very unstable. It immediately dissociate or divide to give a H plus ion and CHO3. Okay, sorry, HCO3, bicarbonate ion. So this H plus ion go and stimulate the central chemoreceptors which is present in the brainstem. Increase the activity of the motor nerve supplying to the diaphragm and intercostal muscle. Increase the rate and depth of respiration, and more carbon dioxide will be eliminated from the body. So whenever the carbon dioxide is eliminated, so carbon dioxide concentration decreases in the blood. So stimulation of central chemoreceptors will be inhibited. Okay, so like this very important. So very important regulation, respiratory regulation. So other than this, there is a non-chemical influence to the respiratory centers is taking place. So that is irritant receptors that stimulate the lungs while coughing. So when you are coughing, there is a irritant receptors are present in the lungs that get stimulated. Then receptors of muscles and joints, irritation of nasal mucosa. Well, while sneezing also irritate the nasal mucosa, and during deglutition. So the deglutition is swallowing. So when you are eating, so there is a stimulate the respiratory centers. So that's complete the mechanism, neural and chemical control regulation of respiration. Thank you all.